Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, what you are going to learn, you are going to understood how to connect to OpenAI, and that is to programmatically, how to connect to OpenAI programmatically with API calls. This you will going to understood. So through what API call we are going to connect to OpenAI, sir, by using chat completion dot create. This is the API that we are going to use to connect to this OpenAI. In this video, you will learn how to connect to OpenAI by providing a valid credentials. If you are connecting to OpenAI, then you need to provide your valid credentials definitely. To connect to OpenAI programmatically, I have already created some API key. What is that? API key that I have already created. For now, for this demo, I am storing that API key in this API key variable, and I'll run this right now. You can see I have provided my API key. I'm just hiding this. The reason behind this is this API key we need to create from OpenAI, and this API key is the responsibility for us to save. Through this only the authentication is happened and number of requests for that account will be considered. Since these OpenAI requests are costing to me, or this API requests are not free, I'm just hiding this API key. To run this, I'm just clicking on shift and enter so that this will be run. You can see the number also visible here. I'm just scrolling it up so that it won't be visible to me. Now to interact with OpenAI, we also need to specify API base as well as engine. You can see I have provided those two and I'm just running these two. So that these variables also stores in these two variables. These values will be stored in these two variables. Now what I want to use these, like whatever the details that I have provided, I want to use them. To interact with OpenAI, we need to use them. Now I'm importing this OpenAI. Okay, now OpenAI got imported. I'm using that OpenAI dot create or chat completion dot create. So this method I'm using in order to interact with OpenAI. For this, you can see these are the where the parameters. Yeah, you can see we need to specify engine, and we need to specify the engine, and we need to again specify what is our message. The engine I am specifying here, that is whatever the engine that I stored in this engine variable, I am specifying that. Then we also need to specify the messages. So the messages I am specifying it by using this messages variable. This messages variable now I want to create. So how the messages will be? The messages will be a list of sets. Let's say I want to provide the user message directly. That is the role is user. He is asking some question. That is the prompt. That is nothing but our input text or content. Content. I am providing the content as prompt here. So whatever the input prompt that you want to provide, that you can provide from here. Let's say my message is like, the question is, who are you? So that's my question. I want to ask to this model or to this OpenAI. So that message I provided in this format, and I'm asking to my OpenAI by using this chat completion create. I want to run this. If you run this, still you encountered some mistakes that you haven't provided any OpenAI key. So that OpenAI key we need to mention previously. So to use that OpenAI key, I'm writing the command that is OpenAI dot API underscore key. So that is equals to API underscore key. In this API key variable, I store that API key. So that's why I provided that. Now you can observe that API key. I think we provided some incorrect API key. Like that, we are getting the message. I think I need to adjust this or provide the valid one. Now, in order to overcome this issue, we need to provide some more details like what is the API base URL that we need to specify, and what is the API type. It's a Azure based API, so that's why I provided that. And what is our API version, that also I provided, that is it's 15. Yeah, I provided all these details, and I want to take this and provide it in previous step, and I want to run this so that these all values will be stored to my API. That API key, base, type, and version, all those will be stored. Now I'm running this like import. Okay, I need to import my OpenAI before running these, right? Because in my OpenAI itself, I'm storing these values. First, I'm importing OpenAI, setting OpenAI parameters. Now I'm taking the prompt and creating some message and passing to my model, and by using this chat completion dot create method, I'm invoking my model. You can observe I got the response that is I'm an AI language model created by OpenAI designed to assist you various tasks and provide helpful responses to user inputs. So like this, I got the response, right? So now my model can able to respond to me. Like we can ask who, like what is a Gen AI, like that we can able to ask what is Gen AI. So like that, let's ask a question. I'm sorry, the information regarding this, could you please? Okay, okay. So I think it's got confused. Generative AI. So let's ask this question. Okay, now you can see we got the response regarding this generative AI. And if we observe some other details also visible here, like what model it is using. It is using GPT-35 turbo model. And so you can see the tokens, what are the total number of tokens used, and prompt tokens and completion tokens are also visible. That is we can able to come, we can able to do some more things like we can able to control the randomness of the output by providing the temperature here while interact. We need to provide temperature here, so it can able to control the randomness. If you provide 0, it will be highly restricted. That means it can only provide you the accurate response. If you provide the temperature as 2, I think the 2 is not there. If you provide the temperature as 1, it can able to generate a more predictive response, that is more random response. If you provide a temperature 0, then it will be highly accurate response. That is a no reasoning, no randomness, less randomness, very less randomness in output. Whereas if you provide 1, it will be highly random. Highly random output will be provided to us. So in between 1 to 0, we can able to provide any one of the value based on our specific use case or requirement. Okay, now we also have some more parameters like max tokens or max length of output tokens. This max tokens will specify me what is the output length? So that also specified by us only if you want. Let's say I want only max tokens to be 100, sorry 10. I think, yeah, I'll get rate limit error. That is the reason behind this is I requested multiple times to my OpenAI with my API key. So that's why I get this rate limit previously. Now you can see the length of the output is very less due to max number of tokens that we allowed. Previously we allowed 100, so that's why the output length is huge. Whereas now the output length will be reduced because we provided the less length of our output context that we are allowing in this message. So not only role we can, not only user message, we can also send previous messages as well. Like we can send, the role will be, let's say the role will be system role, and as a system I am specifying the content, like assume you are a teacher. Now it can assume that it is a teacher, and now I'm asking the question like, who are you? So previously it is saying that it is a Gen AI expert. Now it's a AI model designed to assist with you. Let's remove this max token so that we can get the whole context response. I think we requested multiple times. Okay, now you can able to observe I'm an AI language model designed to assist you various tasks. Now the answer is a bit different after providing this role. Like this we can able to provide the previous context as well. Like we can able to provide the role, and that is we can able to provide the previous context. That means the chat, we can able to use this like a chat window. We can able to provide the user input as well as the assistant response. Like the previous chat, like who are you, I am an AI assistant, that is the response of the context, so that you can able to provide. And so I think there will be a bit, and you can able to provide other questions like, so like this your previous chat also you can able to provide and get the responses as well if you want. So since there will be two brackets here, so that's the mistake. Yeah, you can see the second question what I asked, why do I use you? So you can use me as a assistant to help you with previous tasks. So like this I got the message. So in that way you can able to make your chat to be interactive, like your responses will be provided based on the previous input and outputs, previous user questions and responses, so that the interaction, or so that the chat will be becoming highly interactive and responsive. That is, you can able to get the responses based on the previous context or previous messages as well. So this is how you can able to use OpenAI chat completion dot create API calls to interact with your OpenAI. I hope this video is useful to you and you understood how to interact with your OpenAI by using this chat completion dot create API calls in simple way. I hope this video is useful. If you feel this video is useful and you learn something better, or you recapped something, then please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get the latest update. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye guys.